Hi and welcome so much to this session. This session is to improve your fitness. So it's a full body session and we're going to find out what level of fitness that you've got. This is a session of self-discovery. So you're going to work through all of the exercises in this session today. And then this session, you can repeat this if you're working on a plan with me that you're going to repeat this in a few weeks' time, or if you're just doing this as you're going along, you can repeat it whenever to see how far you've come, which is an amazing thing on your fitness journey. Okay. I am joined today by a host of live people on my live stream. So I've got Sean, I've got Jane, I've got Sarah D, I've got Sarah W, I have got Gail, and I've got Susanna as well. So hello and welcome to everybody. Hope I didn't forget anybody. We're just going to get going. We're going to jump straight in because we don't have much time today. We're just going to jump straight in. I'm going to get you to get your arms up overhead, and we're going to start on working the waist and engaging the core. So arms up overhead, toes are facing forwards. You can be as wide or as narrow as you want to be here. And we're going to bend over to the side, back up into the center, and over to the side. So just going to work on just stretching out a little bit, just a little bit of movement to get started here. Good. Over and up. Well done. Okay, and then dropping down, feet a little wider apart this time, and then coming down to the side and down. So working again through the core, through the back. Good. Well done. So we'd like to do a warm-up that involves movement. We don't want to do a static warm-up. Good. And rest. Well done. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, just a little bit of a warm-up again. Take the feet nice and wide. We're going to drop down, stick your bottom back. Hands come onto the inside of your knees, and we're going to come around. Drop back down and around. So again, opening up through the chest. Breathing through. One more on each side. And coming into rest. Good. So now we've just warmed up through to the core, into the glutes as well. The body is expecting exercise. So that's what's expecting. We need to let it know what's coming up. Next exercise we're going to do is we're going to go sideways. We're going to move through some lateral movements. We're going to come to the side, stick your bottom back, and then we're going to come over to the other side, stick your bottom back. If you want, you can do a little hop in the middle, or you can just step, okay, depending on what level you are at on this day. So you may find if you're at the beginning of your fitness journey that you could just step across, or you may find if you're repeating this session that you were stepping across before, but now you're up for a little jump. That's a big win. Okay, so just see where you're at, pushing it over. Good. Keep it going, whether you're stepping or jumping. Good. And rest. Okay, amazing. Next exercise we're going to do is we're going to cross punch over. If you want to add a little squat in between, you can. If you don't want to add a squat, you don't have to. Again, work to your level. Okay, you can always add extras or take things away to make it work for you. Ready? Let's go. So push across, sit down if you want to, across. If you don't want to, you just move across and across. Otherwise, squat down, give it a good punch, push and push. Good. Well done. Keep moving. Push across. Well done. Keep going. Pushing across then. Well done. 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Amazing work. Okay. The next exercise you can do onto the floor if you're feeling confident, or you can do this standing as well. It's a standing or a lying bicycle crunch. So you need to have your fingertips onto your temples, whether you're on the floor or standing. If you're standing, it's going to look like this. Knee comes up to elbow in a crunch into the abs. So here you are. This is your standing bicycle crunch. If you're on the floor, you're on the floor with me, lying onto the floor, fingertips onto temples, elbows onto the floor, knees are up, and you're going to come across. Okay, so whichever one of those feels like the right level for you, that's where we're going to be. So get ourselves ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So knees up. If you're standing, make sure that foot is nice and flat. Good. So head and shoulders are off the mat here. Now you can adapt this. You don't have to pedal the legs out if you don't want to. So you can adapt it to work for you. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Amazing work. Really, really good job. Up to your feet again then. We're going to go for some standing jacks. Okay, so you can either step these or you can jump them. Do jumping jacks, you can do stepping jacks. We're going to keep our hands in for the first part. So if you want to step, you're going to come to the side and to the side and to the side and to the side. If you want to jump, both legs go out at the same time. So we're going to hold the hands in 30 seconds and then we're going to introduce the arms. So we're going to go for a star, okay, for the last 30 seconds. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So step or jump. We're going to go 30 seconds here. Good. So the whole idea of this session today is going to be working on where are you now? Where's your fitness at now? Okay, so we're going to be, this is a good place to compare to see how far you've come, because sometimes we'll look at the scales and they're going to tell us one story. Okay, it's not the whole story. 3, 2, 1, bring in the arms. Remember, you can be jumping or stepping with me. Good. So the scales are only half the story. Okay, if you are losing fat and putting on muscle, you are becoming healthier, but you may not get any lighter. Okay, so it's really important to measure your fitness in other ways, and this is a really healthy way to be able to do that. Good. Keep going. Where are we at? 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so hopefully I've solved this whole, gauging your fitness thing to you now, because now we've got 4 exercises that we're going to do, and these are the ones I want you to note down. So I want you to count up the number of reps that you can do. Everyone on my live stream knows about this. We call this benchmarking. Everybody knows about that. They're just off to go and get their post-it notes from their fridges or wherever. Okay, we do this quite often. Every 6 to 10 weeks usually. But it's really important to be able to track your fitness over time. So we're going to do 4 exercises. Each of those exercises is going to last for 60 seconds. You just have to do as many reps as you feel you can do in those 60 seconds and note it down, okay? It doesn't matter how many you do. There is no competition. There is no judgment, okay? This is all about where you are on your journey. So the first exercise is a press up. Don't worry, don't fear, don't switch off. You can do your press up on a wall, you can do your press up on a raised surface, you can do it on your mat, on your knees, or on your toes. On a wall, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna have your hands around about shoulder width apart and you're gonna press into your wall. You're gonna press for 60 seconds wherever you are on your raised surface. It's gonna look similar, okay? Up and down and onto your mat. You're gonna press for 60 seconds. You're gonna note down how many you can do. Okay, are you ready? We're nearly ready to get going. To get into whichever position you're in, I'm going to show you onto the mat. I'm going to show you on knees and also on toes. And we're going to get ready to go in 10 seconds time. So get yourself ready. I'm on my knees here. I've got my hands underneath my shoulders. We're going to get ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and chest goes down. Push yourself back up. Okay, so start counting now. Good. Keep going, chest keeps going down. Remember, you can be on knees, you can be on toes. Keep working, whichever version you want to do. Good. Grit your teeth, count those reps. You are doing amazing. If you need to take a break, but just count your reps up. And to make a note of how this feels and what position you're doing it in, so the next time you come to do it, you know how to compare yourself. Good. You're in the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Amazing work. I know 60 seconds of press-ups is a really, really long time. You did really, really well. Make a note of how many reps you managed. If you've done this before, have a look at how many you did previously. Hopefully the number is higher, even just by 1. That's amazing. Also make a note of what position you did them in, because if you're going from a wall to a raised surface or from knees to toes, your numbers are going to drop, but your level has gone up, okay? So something to bear in mind for next time. So hopefully there's lots of higher numbers if you've done this more than once. The next exercise we're going to do on our benchmarking journey today is we're going to do a sit-up or a crunch. Up to you which one you want to do. The crunch is slightly harder than the sit-up. It works the muscles a little bit harder. I'm going to show you both. So, lying down position for both of these. For a crunch, you're going to come up halfway and come back down. Halfway, come back down. My head on my shoulders are off the mat, my chin's away from my chest. For a full sit-up, I'm going to push myself up and come all the way back down, okay? Your choice, totally up to you. If you can only manage 1, that's fine, okay? You've got 60 seconds and we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So pushing up, coming back down. This is the full sit-up. I like to have my hands up ahead, it's just habit. You do it however you want, but please do not hang on to your neck. Okay, so that's the full sit-up. And for the crunch, you're up, halfway. Make sure you're breathing. Good. Keep going. Keep it working now. You're doing really well. Showing you all the options here. I'm sure your abs are burning now, but you can just hold on a couple more reps. How many more do you want to get? You've got 5 seconds, so just, can you do 1 more, 2 more? And rest. Finish the one you're on, write your number down, okay? You're doing really well and you're halfway through the benchmarking. I know this is really, really tough. Whenever I tell the ladies on the live stream that this is coming up, there's groans and there's faces and there's all sorts. I know it's really hard, but afterwards they're always really, really pleased they did it because it shows how far you've come. It's a really, really good measure of your fitness. Okay, I've moved to the edge of my mat for our 3rd exercise, which is a hand walkout. Okay, so I'm gonna come to the edge of my mat. I'm gonna walk myself down into a full bridge position. If you struggle with your wrists, you can come into a plank position if you prefer. And then I'm gonna walk myself back up to standing. That's 1, okay? 60 seconds of hand walkouts, you're not gonna get many in. So we're gonna get ready to go. We've got 10 seconds before we go. So make sure you're ready. I'm just gonna show you the first one. You can either squat down or go down with bent straight legs. You're coming into your bridge and you're back up. Ready? Let's go. 60 seconds here. So into your bridge or your plank if you prefer. Walking it back up, and that's 1. So you might do 1 every 10 seconds. You might do 1 every 15 seconds. Okay, every 20 seconds. It doesn't matter, just work for the full time and count your reps as you go. If you can only make it halfway onto your hand walkout, then note that down on your piece of paper so you know what you're comparing yourself against. Good. Keep it going. Keep those hips neutral. We don't want to sacrifice form for number of reps. Less than 10 seconds now. Can you fit 1 more in? 2, 1, rest. Finish the one you're on. That counts. You've started, so you'll finish. So note it down on your piece of paper. Note down any adaptations and alterations that you made as well. That's really, really important. So you can have a look back at that when you repeat this, okay, in however many weeks' time. The last exercise we're going to do in our benchmarking, you're going to get a little rest. The last exercise we're going to do is what I call a squat to floor touch. So you'll be standing with your feet together. You can step it out. You're stepping out, coming down, stepping, coming down. Or if you want to, you can jump. Feet together and jump. So this is a test of your cardiovascular fitness here and your endurance to go for 60 seconds. I want you to work fast, but I want you to work safe. Okay, push those heels into the ground. Are you ready to go? We've got 10 seconds. Choose whether you're stepping or jumping. Make sure you make a note. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So stepping here, chest is open. Good. Well done. Or jumping. Well done. Jump it through if you feel confident. Count the reps. How many can you do? Remember, you can step. Or you can jump. How are we doing? We are nearly there. Keep going. If you're feeling a bit puffed out, that's okay. This one's designed to get the heart rate up, to get you working hard. 10 seconds. Push it through. How many can you do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. You've done your benchmarking. Whether it was your first time or your 10th time doing that benchmarking, really, really well done. It's really hard to put yourself under the spotlight, to put yourself under the pressure to get it done. So well done. Honestly, I know it was really hard. Take a few moments, catch your breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's a tough one to finish on. We're going to work through a few more exercises before we come to the end of this session. Okay, just working on, building on everything you've already got. We're going to head down to the floor if you want to, otherwise you can do this one standing. I'm going to show you the standing version first. Toes are facing forward, hips are nice and tight. We're going to do a standing twist. So hands come out in front. I'm going to try and keep my hips straight, which I'm not going to be able to do, but that is the move here. Okay, I'm going to keep my hips facing forwards. If you're down on the mat with me, it's going to look very similar. We're going to keep our hands together and we're going to go over. So make your choice about where you want to be, standing or on the mat. We've got 5 seconds before we're going to go. 3, 2, 1. So let's go. Now I've got my feet off here, off the floor, but you can have your feet on the floor if you prefer. That's feet off. Now if you want to make it harder, you can pedal the legs out. Good. Well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Amazing work. Really, really well done. We're going to come up to our feet and we're going to work on a squat. So away from the abs just for a few moments. Okay, because I know they're feeling tired. You've worked them really hard, even if you don't know you've worked them hard. They have been working on overtime in this workout. We're going to squat down. We're going to kick up to the side. We're going to squat down and we're going to kick up to the other side. Work through your range. Start off with a small range. Work it on through as we go through. Ready? Let's go. Squat down, push it up. Squat down, push it up. Good. So you've been working for nearly 20 minutes now. You should feel really proud of yourselves. Really proud that you turned out, that you got this far. Good. So working through your range. Well done. Start to get to know your body, what it can do, what limits it's got, and just respect the limits. Okay, there's nothing worse than just pushing through and then hurting yourself, because then you're going to set yourself back. So just listen to what your body is telling you. Good. Well done. push, and raise. Bottom goes back, back is nice and straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take your rest. Well done. Okay, we're gonna head back down to the mat and we're gonna work through some scissor kicks here. So back into the abs for a little bit here. Now, if your core is not really strong and you find this goes into your lower back, slide your hands underneath your bottom. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So lying down onto the mat, okay, nice and straight. Just take a moment. So we're gonna work through it. Our legs are gonna come off the mat and we're gonna go over and under into a scissor kick, okay? If that feels really hard into the abs and it's going into your lower back, put your hands underneath your bottom, and you can also bend your knees if you want to as well. So hands on your bottom, does that make it better? If not, bend your knees, okay? Ready to go, 3, 2, 1, let's work. Good. So scissor kicks here. So you can have your hands to the side. You can have your hands underneath your bottom. You can have your knees bent. You can bring those legs up higher, put them down lower. Make those adjustments. Okay, this is where you're going to find your win. This is where you're going to find in 4, 6, 8, 10 weeks time, you can do so much more than you could before. That is the real win, okay? That is the win. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. Really, really good job. Really well done. Okay, spin around onto your front. We're going to work into the shoulders just briefly here and into the core as well. So you're going to come into your box position here. So to get into this position, if you're not sure, you come into an all fours tabletop position. You pull your knees back, push your hips forwards. Okay, that's how you're going to get into your box position. And we're going to come into a bridge position, down into a plank position, and then back up into your bridge. Now you can do this onto your toes if you feel confident. So down into your bridge, into your plank rather, and up into your bridge, okay? 30 seconds on this one, and we're gonna get ready to go in 10 seconds time. So make your choice whether you're onto your knees or whether you're onto your toes. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I'm gonna show you both. Swapping over your hands if you can. And onto my knees for the other option. Now you can also do this on a raised surface. You can do this against a wall. Good. 2, 1, and take your rest. You are doing so well today. Honestly, so well. Keep it up. We're down onto the mat and we're going to work into the glutes. We've done a few squats, but we've not done an awful lot into the glute here. So here we go. We're going to come into a tabletop position. I'm going to stick a leg out. Okay, so I'm in a tabletop position. I've got my wrist, elbow and shoulder all stacked up. My knee and hip are in alignment on one leg, and I've got my other leg stretched out. I'm going to bring the leg all the way to the side and then all the way over, staying strong and straight in my upper body here. Are you ready to go with me now? Let's go. So over and over, over and over. Now, if you want to, you can keep your foot off the floor like this. That's just going to give you a little bit of extra. If you don't want to, you tap it down. And if you are really struggling, tap, rest, tap, rest. That is how you're going to change the intensity to make this exercise work for you. We're going to swap legs. 2, 1, straight swap then. Leg comes out, over and out, over and out. Good. Nice and straight into the core. Good. Breathing it through all the time. Keep going. My neck is neutral. I'm working really hard to make sure I'm not looking at my knees. I don't need to look and see what they're doing. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Amazing work, everybody. You're doing really well on the live stream. I'm sure you are too at home. Next exercise we're going to do is going to come back up to our feet. We're going to do some toe taps. You can do these stepping, you can do these jumping, and then we're going to introduce some punches in. So first of all, we're going to just do some toe taps, either standing or jumping them. If you're jumping, they look like this. If you're stepping them, they look like this. We're going to go for around 20 seconds, and then we're going to add some forward punching, okay? So get yourself ready to go. We're nearly there. It's nearly time to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So either tapping or jumping. Okay, keep your hands in for now. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Keep it going. Keep working. And we're about to change. We're going to add in some forward punches. 2, 1. So here we go. So it might take you a second or two to get your rhythm. There's no particular arm that needs to go with a particular leg. So just work it through. And remember, if you are tapping and not jumping, this is what that's going to look like. Good. Keep going. Work up a sweat here. Good. Keep it going then. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Amazing work. Okay. We're going to work into the shoulders, into the chest, into the back here. A lot of you I know suffer with kind of postural issues from working at desks and just general the way that we live. Okay, so I really want us to work on opening up that chest, okay, opening up these muscles here, okay, instead of shortening them down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up, okay, we're not gonna push the head forward. That's something we're definitely not gonna do. We're gonna keep the head up and engage into the tummy muscles. So we're gonna work through, bringing those shoulder blades back together, and at the same time, we're gonna give a little flick, okay, a little flick into the hamstring. So when you're ready, come along with me, let's go. So if you want, just start with the arms and work into the legs. Or if you are super coordinated, you can get it all off the ground at the same time. Push, push, shoulder blades together. That's really key here. Opening up through the chest. So we don't just have to do press ups to work the chest muscles. This is a really good one. And of course, no equipment, no weights needed. Good. 5 seconds then. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. Okay, last exercise. We're going to loop back round. We're going to take some exercises that we've already done. Before we do that, we're going to go for some ice skaters, which I know are a favorite of many people and not of some. So the ice skater, we're going to drop one leg behind, the hand of the leg that's working comes down in front, and then we're going to switch over, and we're going to switch over. Now that's a stepping skater. You can jump that movement through, or you can stand and do your standing skater. You have the choice, because this is your workout. You have the power. So we're going to get ready to go in 5 seconds. Make your choice. Make sure you have a little bit of room. Let's go. So across and across. So here's the jump. Here's the jump. If you want to step, then we're down here. Step, step, step. And of course, you've got your standing skater as well. All the options just for you. Choose the one that's right. Amazing work. Keep it going. All those options again. So, stepping, jumping, and standing. Good. Keep it going. Well done. If you're feeling a bit breathy now, don't you worry about that. That means you're working hard, and that's what I like. 2, 1, take your rest. Woo! Well done. You guys are doing so well today. We're going to take some choice exercises back through from what we've already done. We're going to work again on that squat with the leg raise. We're going to work again on the scissors. They're the first two we're going to repeat. So get yourself ready. We're going to squat down and work through the range on that leg raise onto the side. Ready to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Down with me now. Squat and raise. Squat and raise. Good. And raise. Down and raise. So work through your range. If you're just down here, then that is just as good to me. If that's your full range, as being all the way up there. Okay, I'm sure there's some of you that can get even higher than me. Good. Keep going. And up. Down and up. Well done. Good. Whatever you want to do with your hands, by the way, you probably know by now. I like to keep my hands in, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want with your hands. You can keep your fingertips on temples if you want to. You can have your hands crossing your chest if you want. That's just my preferred thing, is to keep my hands in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. We're going to head back down to the mat for those scissor kicks. Okay, so I'm just going to make my adjustment here. Make any adjustments you need to make. If you need to whip off a layer, if you need to get a quick drink, then please do that. Do that whenever you feel that you need to. Don't wait for me to tell you. Your destiny, your life, you get to choose. So here we go. Lying down, taking a minute, and we're just going to get going with those scissor kicks, so stretching out those legs. Remember, if you need to, you can put your hands underneath your bottom or you can bend your knees. We're going to get ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, over and under. Breathing it through, and if you are finding that tough into the abs, put your hands under your bottom in the first instance, give that a try. If that is too much, raise the legs up and bend the knees. Good. You are still going to be working into those core muscles that is just on the sliding scale. Okay, so as you get a bit more core strength, you can start to straighten your legs out again, and then eventually remove your hands. Good. Keep going then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Really, really good work. Okay. Last exercise before we do a little bit of a cool down stretch. We're going to go back to those toe taps with the punches. Okay, so just our last hurrah here. So we're just going to be working through that forward motion. Tap, tap, tap. So really making an effort to push that toe down if you can. Okay, that's just going to give you a little bit into the calf as well, which is a bit of a neglected muscle generally. So let's get ourselves ready to go then in 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Now, if you feel confident to start with the punching straight away, then just jump straight in. Okay, and remember, you've got your jumping version if you want it. Okay, so up to you. And at this end of the workout, it is totally up to you. If you were jumping and now you just want to step through, then that is your choice. Okay, it's your prerogative. You get to choose. You're listening to your body. Good. Punch it through. We've got 2 exercises onto the mat for a little stretchy cool down. Okay, so I want you to stay with me for those if you can. I'd love you to stay with me for those. Otherwise, please do make sure you go off and do another cool down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last exercise then, both down onto the floor. I'm gonna get myself down into an all fours position. Just gonna take a minute to just focus on my breathing here. So I'm just gonna breathe in through the nose and just push out through the mouth. And again, so just in through the nose and push out through the mouth. So now I feel that my breathing and my heart rate is starting to stabilize. I feel ready to take on this exercise here. So I've got my wrist, my elbow and my shoulder all stacked up, as well as my knee and my hip. And I'm going to take an opposite arm and leg and I'm going to reach out, stretch and hold, and come back into center. Now when I say hold, it's hold the muscles, not hold your breath. Good. Make sure you're breathing freely throughout. Good. However long you hold is totally up to you. Okay? This is all about you and what feels good for you. So if you want to have a really long hold here, then you can go for that. If you want to have a much shorter hold, 2-3 seconds, then that's about right as well. So totally up to you. Just find your balance and engage your core. Good. We're going to do one more. Amazing work. Last exercise we're going to do is a dead bug, which is one of my all-time favorite cool downs. So we're going to lie onto your back. Okay, this time you have total permission to just relax. Fingertips up towards the ceiling, feet off the floor, knees are bent. I'm going to do exactly what I just did, and I'm going to take my opposite arm and leg out and back up to center. Now, if you want to, you can do this with a bent knee. You do not have to straighten the leg out if you don't want to. Good. If you want to straighten out, feel that stretch. Otherwise, a bent knee. Good, I'm just touching my heel down with a bent knee. And that feels good for me right now. That might feel good for you as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you're enjoying the sessions. Please do comment with what you'd like to see. Always really up for hearing feedback and developing sessions that you want specifically. Good. And take your rest. You did so well today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you are enjoying being on your fitness journey and that this session has really helped you to realize how far you have come, not how far you have to go. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe and like and comment, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.